What took you here, to this world, this life? What led you to the point where you are right now? Do you feel like you have chosen the way you experience your here and now? Or do you feel as if you are struggling to run away from the place you are in? I would like to talk with you about something called naturalization process, and even though it may sound like it's natural, it is the straight opposite. It is a artificial construction. Artificial meaning a copy of the natural, to make something look like it's a creation, but in reality it is nothing but a construction. And naturalization process is what brings us into the matrix, into the system, into the structures that takes our energy and our time, and well, that sums up into our lives. We are meant to be free and liberated and spend our moments doing things that makes us feel good, that makes good, that is good. We do not need to be constrained within a system that forces us to destroy things and break ourselves down. And the reason we do this is because cultural and social beliefs survives the individual. That is why religion can live for thousands of years, because it is passed down from generation to generation, and it's not just part of the individual, but it is shared with the community. And when a collective comes together and claim to have the same beliefs, they create a pattern. And this pattern is society as we see it today. Within this society, all of us, we do things on a daily basis, thinking it's normal, when it really isn't, because I don't even really know where to begin, because every subject would need a so deep dissection that it would take weeks or even years just to get started. But our laws, our financial systems, our education, our health care, everything is turned into something bad. And no matter how much we want to help each other, we cannot, because we are limited. We are constrained. And all of those pieces, law, finance, religion, politics, they work together to keep us inside the web. If one of those pieces would fall, the spider's web wouldn't be complete anymore, and the spider would move. So they have to keep us within the system to keep it intact, not to keep us complete. It has nothing to do with us as a human species. This is about the system and humanity trying to avoid certain cosmic and universal processes of evolution, because mankind won't be forever. We are meant to die out. I don't mean by extinction necessarily, but by transformation. We don't need to die in order to go through a metamorphosis. That is proven by nature. Nature does this all of the time. A species do not have to die in order to evolve. And the evolution of mankind lies within our consciousness and our awareness about our true origins, our original self, which is the spirit, which is expressed through the soul residing within the body. And through the senses the body has, we can connect to here and now. We can, without our senses, the soul cannot feel anything. And then the mind, the consciousness, cannot react. So that is how we fall asleep. When we do no longer feel, there is no meaning for the mind to make any sense of it. So you do not care anymore. And the naturalization process I spoke of in the beginning is what takes us to that point where we are so lost, because we were led down the wrong path all along. And this started long before you and I got here. this system and structure, even though it changed over time, not really changed, it became more and more narrow. The path became smaller, and distance for you to move became shorter. You cannot express yourselves as you did before in this world today. But to take it all from the beginning, we have to understand not only who we are, but what we are made into. So, first of all, we have to realize what a human being is, and that is a living creature granted life by divine intervention. It is a breathing thing who thinks and feels, and, well, it wants to live because it has life inside of it. And a human being is born on earth to be free. We are of earth. We are connected to everything she does or have, and we are part of her laws. And when we break those, we destroy things like the earth. She's dying because of us, because we destroy her. And that is not humanitarian at all, because humanitarian doesn't just mean that you care for humans. It means that you bother to care beyond your own species, because you understand that you are all connected, and if Earth dies, you do too, and there will be no more humans to care about. So it's not just about us, it's about all of it. And we are fooled into believing that just because we get a paycheck each month, it makes it right for us to do this. It makes the right to us to poison each other through the food or the air, or to, I don't know. You know that salary is just a bribe. It's not a value. They took your time. They bribed you. And your life was the exchange for that. Was it worth it? Was it really worth it? Well, okay. Back to this naturalization process again. Thing is, I laughed very, very much when I heard about it, because it's so foolish that this is actually a legal term used by lawyers, and it is a globally accepted condition that we are in, that we expect everyone to fall into, to go through with. And it began, as I said, it began long before you were even here. But we can start with your journey in this process. And it began the moment you were born. Like your parents, they gave you a name. They gave you a name. Something to call you so that they could summon you when they wanted you something or needed your attention. And this name is who you are. In ancient Egypt, they called this part of the soul the Ren, and it was considered so holy that very, very, very few people knew one's real name, because they realized that once you know the real name, you know the true self of the carrier of that name, and you can use that name against them in all ages, no matter if it's humans or spirits or demons or angels. We use a name to summon them. We cannot do anything without a name. And that is why your name was taken. Your name was taken by that system which keeps you into the structure that makes you feel caught and in bondage, because in truth the name they took, it came with a condition, and a condition is bondage. And everything happened. Everything happens. We have no control over this. There is no human being sitting anywhere taking names from anyone and giving it to the system. This is just a system acting on its own. There is no one to blame for these deaths, because the system isn't real. So this isn't really happening. But because we believe it is, we continue to play on. Well, anyway, your name was taken, and it was taken in the way that when you are born, you are usually born at a hospital, and that is registered into a system. And this is where the system starts to work on its own, because the human being has to register that a human being is born. But then the system takes this information and transforms it into data, which is a legal person. They take your name, let's say for me, Katchina, they took that name and they used it against me. Hmm. They used you too.